Good morning, children. So the topic in continuation with chapter called vectors is multiplication of a vector. So this will be not a very big topic. So in this we will be discussing when a vector is multiplied by, say, number 1, a real number, or if it is multiplied by a scalar quantity, then what are the changes that going to be there in the vector. Suppose A is a vector, and if we have to multiply A with some real number, say n is a real number, then NA vector will become a new vector. What will be the properties of that new vector? Number 1, that new vector's magnitude will become n times. That means B is n times in magnitude that of A. Number 2, if n is positive, then the direction of B will remain same. We can learn this thing in this example. Suppose n is equal to 2, A is equal to 5 Newton along east, then NA vector will be equal to 2 into 5. That means 10 Newton along east, meaning direction have not changed. Magnitude of A was 5, now it has become 10 when it is multiplied by the real number. But the direction keeps on remaining the same because direction was east earlier and now also it is the same. The second or third point rather that happens is the units and nature of the vector do not change when it is multiplied by a real number. The units will continue to be the same and same will be the nature. If A was force, then it will be force on also after being multiplied by a real number. N can also be negative. Then what shall be the possibility in that case? Suppose n is equal to -3. Suppose A vector was equal to 5 Newton along east, again along east. Then the new vector, when I multiply them, the new vector will be -15 Newton along east. Then minus sign would say nothing, but it will be the reversal of the direction. That means 15 Newton along west. You will remove minus sign and then you will reverse the direction exactly. It will be 15 Newton along west. So if n is positive, direction remains same. If n is negative, direction is 180 degree reversified, or you can say direction is totally inverse of the previous one. Now come to if a vector is multiplied by a scalar number, scalar quantity. If A is a vector, S is a scalar quantity, then the notation, how the multiplication is written is SA vector. This will be the new vector. What are the properties of the new vector? Number 1, the magnitude of A will become S times the previous vector. That means if magnitude of A was something, it will be multiplied by the value of S now. Number 2, units of both the quantities will also be multiplied because S is also a physical quantity and A is also a physical quantity. So by the multiplication of both of them, we always get a new quantity. Direction will remain same because scalar quantities are always taken as positive. Now suppose, for example, if A vector is say 10 Newton, and you can also write the direction along, this time we can take the direction to be west, and suppose S is equal to 2 seconds. Now if you will multiply them, SA vector, the new vector will be 10 into 2 first of all, unit will multiply with unit, direction will remain same, and quantity will be 20 Newton second. So earlier it was force, but now it has become force multiplied by time. Force multiplied by time either is linear momentum or actually it is impulse. So what do we actually get when we multiply them? We get a quantity called as impulse. So this was all about the multiplication of vectors by real number and scalar quantities.